the very first thing that I often say to aspiring leaders is, have you considered being a part of SASPA? SASPA is a really fantastic organisation who can guide you, coach you, support you, and are always available to tend to your needs as professionals in our workplace. And we're up to date with really contemporary research practices that are shared with us on behalf of SASPA each and every week as a committed member of the team.
Coming to SASPA conferences and meeting up with other SASPA colleagues who work from other areas of the state gives me a much greater understanding and perception about what's actually happening across the state in terms of education. And I always pick up great ideas and often take those back to my site and look at how do I turn that into the context of paralleling. I highly recommend it. I think part of the issue for education today is that we often tend to work in isolation. So having a membership with an organisation like SASPA or our other professional associations allows us to be able to meet with like-minded people, share the challenges, and for me a strong sense of not always in this alone. And so I would be strongly encouraging people to have a membership so they get that opportunity to know that even though there are challenges and you can feel difficult times, you know other people will be in that as well, and they may well have some ideas for you to explore about moving forward with that.
I only joined SASPA 2.5 years ago, and in that 2.5 years I last year did the UILP course on Unleashing Your Leadership Potential. Fantastic, the amount of learning that I got from that, the networking, the meeting other people in a similar role to me. Being from a rural community like Kangaroo Island, we don't actually get the chance to meet that many people, and so it allows me to think about the future of education and where education is headed and what I should be keeping in the forefront of my mind in my role as a leader on Kangaroo Island.
The benefits I get from being a SASPA member is opportunities for professional development, networking opportunities, opportunities to provide leadership for my staff, and opportunities to see what's going on in other schools.
It's just the fact of being part of an organisation, you know, that has such fantastic integrity and has worked for the betterment of kids in this state. There are so many benefits of being a SASPA member. I think it would be fantastic for everybody to take the opportunity. As I mentioned before, the collegiality, the professional association that you get with working with such high calibre people and getting the latest in terms of research and information that can support you implement things in your school.
It is a fantastic opportunity to have those discussions that affect us every day in schools and how we can work on our school improvement journey. So I'm always recommending my team. I'm the new principal at Underdale High, and I've recommended everybody, a lot of our executive team, to come and join some of the networking groups as well, not just the conference, but some of the other things that they offer, aspiring leaders.
So I started as a SASPA member as an associate member when I was a lower level leader, and I found that becoming connected with leaders who have been in leadership for a very long time through various committees and through engaging with the SASPA conference as well as SASPA Talk was very enlightening, and it gave me a lot of professional learning that I otherwise wouldn't have had. So I transitioned to a full membership once I become an assistant principal, and then that opened some more doors. I'm a member of the Curriculum and Pedagogy Committee, which allows me to work with principals, deputies, assistant principals on some of the really big questions and how we can support both our middle band leaders and influence the system with our opinions and our ideas.
It's about working with colleagues and sharing good practice. It's also about having the second group of leaders in your school being able to come along to what is probably the biggest opportunity to have training development about real leadership, so aspiring leaders being able to go up the ranks to become principals in their own right. And I always, as a leader, pay for the membership of all of my second tier of leaders to come along to SASPA.